2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Tonight, it'll be the Golden State Warriors going up against the Philadelphia 76ers at Wells Fargo Center. For Philadelphia, they're in the midst of a 3-game losing streak, hoping to break out with a win tonight. We'll see if they can shake off the cobwebs. And you look at Ben Simmons. A lot has been made about the jump shot, or lack thereof. But even without it, he remains a major factor.
Jump shot, schmump shot. Listen, the guy's a 6'10" point guard, nightly triple-double threat, and keep in mind he went to LSU. And he's best when he's surrounded by shooters who can space the floor and widen those driving lanes. Jump shot, schmump shot. Don't ever shoot it. Pass it.
Well, his passing is probably his best asset and unbelievable on the move. That vision, you can't teach it. You can teach shooting, but you can't teach instincts.
Did you see that?
What's that?
See, that's my vision. Saw things you guys didn't.
Yep.
Gotcha, big fella.
You sure did.
An overhead look at downtown Philadelphia. That's the site of our broadcast tonight. Coming to you live on this Tuesday night, it's the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan here with Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and our sideline reporter, the Hall of Famer David Aldridge. Tonight with us as well, the Book of Basketball author, Bill Simmons. Bill, great to see you.
It's great to be here. Nobody is more impressed than my 11-year-old son, who can't believe that he's playing a video game and gets to hear my voice. When he hears my voice just yelling at him normally, now he gets to hear me break down basketball.
But it's kind of fun, isn't it?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
how
he
great
likes
is
it.
that?
Yeah.
DA, it's all yours.
Well, Ben Simmons was the top-rated player in high school and in college. But a fractured bone in his foot cost him his first NBA season. He said, "A lot of people forgot about me. You have to build yourself up again. And for me, I wanted to prove myself again." Kevin, we all agree he's done just that.
He sure has. First NBA All-Star ever out of Australia. Thanks, David. And you can see how Klay Thompson fits with this team, Bill. Seems to be the perfect complement to Steph and the other Warriors around him.
Yeah, like him and Steph have the same great quality of just really fun to play with. Can fit in with whatever franchise you have, whatever supporting cast you have. Doesn't need the ball to succeed, but if you need him to get more shots, he can do that too. Incredible defender. It's actually become overrated to talk about how underrated of a defender he is, because I think people know he's an underrated defender. He can guard everybody from 6'8" to 5'10", and I actually think he's more than a compliment. I think he's a worthy sidekick for Steph. I would give him sidekick status, Kevin.
I like that. I want to be your sidekick.
Hey, that's great. I would never call you a compliment. I would say you're a sidekick.
I'd give you compliments.
Thank you.
And now the Golden State Warriors starters. Curry and Klay, the Splash Brothers, in the backcourt. Green down low with Looney. And it's Wiggins in at the 3, the small forward. And for Philadelphia, Harris and Embiid together in the middle. In the backcourt, Simmons and Richardson. And it's Thibault in at the small forward position.
Well, I'll tell you what, his vertical is awesome, off the charts. A short center who still makes his presence felt.
Pass to Richardson. Here's Simmons. From 10 feet out, Embiid, no good. And so it's Wiggins with it. He'll bring it up for the Golden State Warriors. No one near Curry as he lets it go. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins.
Man, I have great appreciation for the IQ of Stephen Curry. I mean, once the ball hits his hands, guys, you know he's thinking about letting it go.
Here's Thibault. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game.
That's the third straight miss to start this game, and they're still looking for their first basket.
And it's Wiggins missing.
Boy, I'm absolutely shocked he didn't get that one to go. Usually he's money from deep.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
Philadelphia shooting their first free throws of the game right now.
Shoot 2.
And the first one at the line is good. And, Bill, we've seen more and more teams base their offenses around three-point shooters. Threes are at an all-time high. We know that. And should the NBA, that in mind, do anything to address this via any rule change, which I don't know what that would mean, but it has been talked about.
I don't like changing. I think it's going to manifest itself with it doesn't work in the playoffs as well. And teams are going to slowly realize like that you need to blend an inside-outside game at least a little bit.
Well, you can't lose what the game is.
No,
it's bigs and smalls, it's inside, it's outside.
And it's still passing and unselfishness. The Warriors take a lot of threes, but they're the most unselfish team we have, and they create a lot of layups, and they play, they're really creative. And you just can't, that just can't be your thing is we shoot 53s, here's our offense. The problem is you're still going to get in these games where 2 points really matters, and that's what you saw with Kawhi in the playoffs last year. These games slow down, it's going to be a 92 to 89 ending, and your team needs to get 10 baskets in the fourth quarter. No matter how you're going to get them, you still need somebody who can do that too.
Here's Thibault. Pass to Embiid. Draymond Green with the rebound.
And, right now they're just 1 for 5. Rough start so far.
Outside Curry. This one for 3. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. 6 points for Steph Curry.
And Kevin, that 3 ball of Curry deadly. I mean, you feel like it's going in as soon as he lets it go, no matter where, at what angle, or how deep.
Richardson outside. At the top of the key, Embiid. Kicks to Harris. Just 4 to shoot. It's stolen by Green. In the corner, it's Wiggins. No good on the triple. The 76ers trail by 5. And Steph Curry with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
Already his second foul. He's in danger of getting into serious foul trouble early in this game.
The Warriors making a switch here. Feeds to Harris. Over Green, and the basket by Harris.
Boy, this is the threat that Harris poses now. He's a scorer from every level. Inside, three-point land, and at the rim.
Warriors leading by 3. Bill, you wear so many hats, writing, producing, performing. You're running the ringer, which is highly successful. What role satisfies you the most?
I would say working with young people and trying to help them get better. I think that's the coolest thing you can do, especially if you feel like you've done some good stuff and accomplished some things and realized some dreams. Like the next thing to do is just to, can you help other people get to where they should go?
Well, a lot of this wasn't around when you and I were growing up. So
No.
what were your dreams?
My dream initially was just to write a sports column that people read.
In the
That's what
Globe.
I wanted forever, yeah. And then the most satisfying thing is just not knowing what's next, but taking chances and hoping things are going to be fun and work out. You have to have a good team around you, and you have to have like 6 or 7 awesome people that you completely trust who can help you do stuff, because it's impossible to do everything yourself, especially if you're trying to increase the scale of what you're doing. And I think that even works for an NBA organization. It's not like one person running everything. I would say putting a good team around you is the most important thing.
And it's the Warriors with the ball. Following Tobias Harris's three-point attempt. 5 on the clock. Here's Wiggins. And again, it's the Warriors missing. And here's Simmons. He'll bring it up for Philadelphia. It's a 3-point game. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
Well, I felt like they were never on the same page defensively in that one. Gave up way too many easy shots.
And, that's all about effort, and I'm sure their coach let them have it for the lack thereof.
Shooting 2.
The first free throw is good. That's also good. So he hits both free throws. And here are the Warriors now. And Bill, when you yourself get out on the court, is there a play you try to channel or emulate, you try to visualize in your mind?
You mean when I'm playing pickup?
Yes, yes.
Oh, well now, at this point in my life, it's Davis Bertans. Is that how you say his name?
Yeah. Davis Bertans.
Davis Bertans?
Yes. What a great stroke. I mean,
I emulate all stretch fours who don't guard anybody.
Yeah.
That's who I am at this point in my life. I run from three-point line to three-point line.
You stay in the perimeter.
Yeah.
Don't tangle up inside.
My free throw attempts are 0 because I don't go to the line.
Just fire away.
And I want you to know I'm there to make an open jump shot. And don't ask me to do anything else, please. I'll set some picks.
Yeah, you are. You're a great screen
set some picks.
You're a great pick and roll. And the Warriors with possession here. 76ers getting the bucket. Thompson outside over Richardson. The shot by Thompson, no good.
Boy, he's got to be kicking himself for failing to make that shot. That's money.
Simmons inside. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
With Ben Simmons, his wheelhouse is in close. The closer he is, the more dangerous he is.
Passes to Thompson. Trying to end the drought. Again, the miss by Thompson.
He's certainly been cold this quarter, guys, but trying to shoot his way back into a groove.
Thibault, the pass to Harris. And Draymond Green picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
And now only one away from being in the penalty.
Yep, the next one puts them on the line, so they've got to be careful the rest of the way.
Al Horford is checked in for the 76ers. Harris passes to Simmons. Green against Horford. Nice fadeaway to get over the top.
Stretches the floor nicely for a big, versatile. Horford's become a perennial all-star.
Warriors trail by 5. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here.
Trying to stem the tide here.
Yeah, you know, they had to do something, anything to stop this run. You can't just let it go on any longer.
And we've watched a pretty interesting season unfolding in the Western Conference, guys. Let's check out the standings here. Taking a look at Golden State. They're in the middle at 5th in the conference, looking to build in the wins as the season goes on.
And seeing where the Warriors are, this hasn't been the breakout season that many were predicting, but they're still very much in the hunt for a high postseason seed. And that will keep them focused here during the season's final stages.
And they need to stay focused. I mean, they have to ensure they hang on to a high seed. It's imperative for them.
Warriors trail by 7. And Bill, do you see the comparison that many people say between Ben Simmons and Magic Johnson?
I see one piece of it. He reminds me of Magic that he can get a rebound, his head's up immediately. He can either whip the ball 60 feet down to somebody who's open, or he could just go down and run the fast break, but nobody else has to touch the ball. And I think the list of guys who can get a rebound in traffic, go 90 feet, make the right decision, and get the ball to the right person, it's not a long list. You're talking like less than 10 guys ever. And I think that's what, when they say Ben Simmons and Magic Johnson, that's what really reminds them of Magic Johnson. I'm just here to remind people that Magic Johnson was one of the 5 best players of all time, and it's kind of dumb to really compare anyone to Magic Johnson. We're never going to see that again. But I think Ben has little pieces of it.
Here's Green, following the basket by Al Horford. 3 on the clock. Here's Wiggins. Off the mark, and the drought continues.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
And the trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well, Greg.
Warriors trail by 11. Timeout called the Warriors. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
And the 76ers with some changes. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Joel Embiid. Scott comes in for Harris. And Glenn Robinson III is subbed in for Richardson. Chris, he's checked in for the Warriors. Bowman, guarded by Simmons. They get the rebound. The 76ers leading by 11. And that's out of bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession. And a chance to take a look at some numbers for Curry.
And guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
It's good.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
And Greg, you know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
Bill, if you were just hired as a GM, which franchise would you model your approach after?
I really like what the Clippers did the last couple of years when they realized they didn't have quite enough to win the title. And instead of just being beholden to being darn close but not quite, they actually blew it up and tried to figure out how to create cap space, find some young players,
and still stay competitive.
Build
so
the
they kept the momentum of their franchise.
Yeah, they stumbled into a situation where they had a lot of flexibility no matter what. I think the Celtics before them did the same thing in the mid-2000s. They're just trying to find assets and figure it out on the fly. That's the approach I would use. I would never fully commit one way or the other to anything. The goal is to try to accumulate assets and figure out what you have. And I think the smartest teams do that.
The Warriors making a switch here. Here's Wiggins. 29 points for him last game against Indiana.
Boy, he was piling up those assists in that one. I mean, every pass seemed to be on time and on target.
And there's the pass to Poole. 6 to shoot. Chris can't hit.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
And there's a whistle, and that's going to go on Simmons. That is his first foul of the game. Now, Chris. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Poole, the pass to Wiggins. Lets it go with a 3.
He's having a tough quarter scoring the basketball and able to help them close this gap.
So hard, actually impossible to cut into the lead when you have a guy struggling this badly.
Here's Horford, and there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And Golden State gets called for the foul. First trip to the line for him here.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
And I'll tell you guys, I mean, to see the improvement he's made in his free throw shooting in the space of just one season, I think it's been remarkable.
That's good from Horford.
You know, he was the 3rd pick in the 2007 NBA draft, guys. Horford won 2 college championships at Florida back-to-back before entering the league.
And he makes both free throws.
And they've clearly been the aggressors here early on, drawing fouls and working themselves to the line.
And that is always a good recipe for offensive efficiency and a key to their lead tonight.
And Bill, over a quarter of today's NBA players were born in a country other than the United States. The talent is that broad all over the globe.
And Giannis was born on another planet. We don't know what planet
he is
was.
Otherworldly.
It wasn't Earth. I think he just got dropped from some satellite. Yeah, this all starts with.
I love it too, don't you? I love the fact we've got players from Latvia and Greece and all over the place.
What's cool about it is they all kind of have distinct identities and quirks, and one of the things that makes somebody like Doncic so much fun to watch is he's not like anybody else. Like, he's close to James Harden, but he's also that step back three that he was taking that he's been making his whole life. Other than Harden, nobody was even really shooting it that way, you know? And I think there's an unselfishness with the European guys that is really useful for the way the American style.
100% agree.
They really, guys move without the ball, it's give and go, and it's not just like clear out, I'm up.
Yeah. Warriors trailed by 19. Bowman, guarded by Simmons. There's the lob to the hoop, and stolen by Horford. Wiggins against Scott. Down low. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. Here's Bowman. Sweet little floater.
Every team looking to get easy ones in transition.
I think one of the best ways, guys, to score in transition is that quick hitter after the first burst.
Now here's Simmons. He's coming off a 22-point game against the Lakers.
And he also dominated the glass out there. He hit the boards hard and often.
Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Phenomenal timing that time, guys, from Simmons. I mean, leaving the ground once the pass was released and then tearing the basket almost out of the glass.
And so here is Golden State after Ben Simmons' bucket. Here's Wiggins. Nice D from Scott.
He's been ice cold tonight. And, you know, you look at the scoreboard, guys, they really could have used his contributions.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you could hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
The 76ers have shot a good percentage from the free throw line so far. They've made 5 out of 6.
You've got to appreciate their ability to make free throws, 81% as a team.
And that's a little better than they did last year from the free throw line.
And he makes the first. Both shots good from the stripe.
Yeah, a lot of whistles here early, as well as foul trouble starting to be an issue.
Yeah, that's a big reason they're trailing. You can't allow a parade to the free throw line and expect to be on top in the game.
Here's Bowman, and it comes off the front of the rim. And the buzzer sounds to end the first, and we've got a blowout underway here. 76ers lead by 21. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. All the great Golden State Warrior scorers, Draymond Green spoke about feeding the hot hand.
I think there are times where one of the guys need to take more shots, and sometimes where we can be a little bit too unselfish. You know, if one guy thinks, hey, man, I'm taking too many shots, let me get someone else involved. But if you got it going, we all want you to shoot.
Yeah, why not? Green knows that, Greg, if you're in the zone, keep firing.
And with his unselfishness and vision, Green more often than not is the one setting the table.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And a comfortable margin here for the 76ers guys.
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you look at the energy, the effort defensively, they put it all out there in that opening quarter.
Korkmaz is out there with Simmons. Then there's Kyle O'Quinn. Then it's Robinson, and it's Horford in at the 4-man position. That's the group in the game for the 76ers.
A decent free throw shooter is Wiggins, trying to become more than that, though, given how often he gets himself to the line.
Bill, you look at the awards given out by the league. Most have been around for a while. But is there any award that you'd like to add? Something that's not being touched on in terms of high performance and success?
I think that there should be a playoff MVP. I made this case in my book.
That's a great idea.
There's always like a best guy in every postseason, and I would like to see who that would be. And it's pretty easy to go backwards and figure out who it was. I did that. Just go backwards and have all the backstory of who it should have been, but then going forward, now here are the ones we're adding. I would like to see that. I would also like to see a best bench celebration award, because certain teams just have these guys. They're good at pointing. They're good at fist pumping. First guy during the timeout, running over.
Chest bumps.
They have handshakes.
All of it, yeah.
They're waiting at the scorer's table before the game to do the special handshake with each guy. I feel like that guy deserves some shine. Last year, DeAndre Jordan, I think, was one of the first guys I remember who was just great at this before he started playing. Late 2000s clips. I was like, man, this guy's really, he's not playing, but he's really figuring out how to affect the game.
Good. I like that. That free throw, no good. Klay Thompson, he's checked in for the Warriors. And he sinks the second. And it's the Warriors with the ball. Here's Chris, and Chris throws it down.
Yeah, Curry is so impressive. His peripheral vision is what makes him unique, in addition to his ball handling skills. He does a nice job setting up his teammates and knows how to get them the ball when they're open.
Now here's Simmons. Here's O'Quinn. Pass to Horford. 6 on the shot clock. And stolen by Chris. And the call will be against Al Horford. That is his first foul of the game. Warriors trail by 19. Outside Curry. Thompson outside. Fires the three. It's hauled in by the 76ers.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Now here's Simmons. 8 points for him. Lock at 6. Offensive rebound. That one is good. He's only missed one shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Yeah, you got to box out Simmons. It's plain and simple, guys. When you don't, he can really hurt you on the offensive boards.
And there's the defensive 3-second call. The Warriors have shot just one free throw earlier. 1 for 1 in the game. And so he hits the technical free throw.
Man, the way Curry scores the ball, whether he's driving to the rack or dropping bombs, he is fun to watch.
Here's what Philadelphia's going with right now. Embiid, he's checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. And Tobias Harris subbed in for Al Horford. That one good for 2.
It all started with the pass. That's what coaches love to see, ball movement.
And here is Simmons. He's got 10. On the wing, Harris. The 9-foot shot. And the 76ers tack on 2 more.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on it.
Warriors trail by 20. Pass to Pascal. The dish to Wiggins. That's tipped. Here's Korkmaz. He's covered by Thompson. It's tipped. The shot. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
And he has lost all confidence out there. Still not a single field goal made in the game.
Not settling for the layup. Sometimes you got to go strong, and Harris gets the chance to stuff it there. He didn't let it slip by him.
The Warriors have gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. From the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Kevin, Josh Richardson has made himself into one of the top defensive wings in the league. Richardson says there's a certain competitiveness that comes with being a good defender. The defensive end takes will, and I have a lot of it. Kevin J. Rich is self-described as super competitive, and that edge is what drives him.
It sure is. That's what it takes. Thank you, David.
Really nice job to convert the putback opportunity there. I mean, he stayed with that play from start to finish. That's something we say about him a lot.
Here's Korkmaz. At the elbow, it's Harris. Out to the wing. The three. Korkmaz, no good.
And you could tell he thought he had a little more space, but the defender was right there.
You know, that's a trademark of his defense. Quick to react, close down the shooter, and then affect the shot. Boy, this is bad. Tough to watch. I mean, this is really bad. He's stone cold this quarter. Man.
Passes it to Embiid. Shot from 16. Misses off the right iron. And so it's Thompson with it. He'll bring it up for the Warriors. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
Yeah, in that one, they just locked it down defensively, challenged shots, and really protected the rim.
Boy, I tell you what, I think you got to really appreciate the grit. Getting dirty, staying engaged. That's really what defense is all about.
Harris outside. To the middle. Takes it from 10. That one off the back iron and out.
Well, that's a rare miss for him inside. He may have just rushed it a bit, maybe lost concentration too.
Here's Curry. Smile-a-geesh. Comes up empty down low.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Here's Thibault. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. And Simmons slams it in.
And, you know, guys, we know Simmons most enjoys getting others involved, but he's showing you he can have huge nights himself as well.
Warriors trail by 20. Now here's Curry. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Indiana.
And his passing also off the charts in that game. In just about every aspect of their offense, he was dialed in.
Second chance shot. Oh, and the jam by Embiid.
Boy, this big guy, Joel Embiid, is a center with an awesome dunking arsenal.
Curry with it. He's got 7. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And Embiid, the bucket on the assist from Simmons. Simmons got 3 assists in the game. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for Philadelphia.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
Now a timeout called by Golden State.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
And, you know, I think he's going to tell them simply, we have to show more fight on the interior. That's the top priority right now.
Scotty's checked in for the 76ers. Josh Richardson comes in for Korkmaz. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Green.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Simmons looking it over. Harris outside. Over Green. Harris misses. Golden State's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. And the Warriors miss again. Richardson attacking. So it's Richardson with the jam.
I tell you what, I love the unselfishness of Ben Simmons. This guy delights in setting up his teammates, and if they're open, they get the ball.
The Warriors shooting about 26% out there. They need to get a better look. Curry kicks to Wiggins. Can they get it? And the jumper is good. Wiggins has got 5 points now this quarter.
Excellent feed from Steph Curry.
Simmons against Curry. The pass to Embiid. Jacks up a three. Down it goes. That's 4 made from the field. He's 4 of 8.
Hey, this big fella, Joel Embiid, you've got to guard him out at the three-point line. This guy has a nice stroke. You cannot sleep on him out there.
Now here's Curry. He has 7. Simmons with the defensive effort.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Harris. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. 8 points for Tobias Harris.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Here's Curry. Tobias Harris picking up that last basket.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole, because he is just not there offensively.
Richardson outside. Simmons against Curry. Here's Scott. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
And it's the Warriors with the ball. Philadelphia able to drain the 3. Curry passes to Thompson. He kicks to Green. Richardson against Thompson. That one drops for him. Thompson's got his second basket.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
And it's Simmons penetrating. Harris dishes to Embiid. Doesn't go for him. Great D that time from Green. Thompson outside. Curry on the wing. From outside, off the mark.
Well, it looks like he's cooled down a bit after hitting those 2 in the first quarter.
And a slam dunk by Richardson.
Hey, that's good vision from Harris. I mean, he draws so much attention himself, so he's become a capable passer.
Now Thompson. He's given them a healthy dose of offense each and every night with an average of 20 points a game. Pass to Curry. Back to Thompson. 5 to shoot. A 3 ball. That shot off. And it's Philadelphia the other way. They've got the Hawks ahead of them in their next game, and it's in Atlanta. And that'll be game 1 of a 4-game road trip. Here's Harris. Warriors with the rebound. Green's got 6 rebounds now in the game. To the paint. Here's Wiggins. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got 3 assists in the game.
Yeah, high percentage look there, Kevin. I mean, Wiggins reads the defense and then basically just takes what he's given there.
Now here's Simmons. 12 points for him. Here's Embiid. And Curry pulls it down.
Hey, how about imagining if they were hitting their shots, how big the lead could be. But so far, that's not been the case.
Yeah, and stronger than that wiry frame would indicate, Curry does a great job of shaking off the hit here and a potential and one.
The Warriors shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game. Some changes for Philadelphia. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Joel Embiid. Horford comes in for Tobias Harris. And Glenn Robinson III is subbed in for Simmons. That's good from Stephen Curry. Philadelphia has gone 2 of 4 from 3-point range so far in the second quarter. Pass to O'Quinn. 1:43 left here in the second. Here's Richardson. Plays it up and banks it in. Richardson's got 8 points.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
And it's the Warriors with the ball. Following the score by Josh Richardson. Chris pass to Curry. Passes it to Bowman. Shot from 12. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. O'Quinn's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Well, Bill, I know you've got to run. Marvelous to have you on the program. Wish we could do it more often.
Let's do it right now. I don't have to run. Can I stay?
Yes, you can
All
always
right.
stay.
I don't want to leave.
You have a free ticket here anytime you
want. I
want.
want to stay, please.
The microphone's always open.
Thank you.
And Clark, you know what? Bill will always give you a great point of view.
And you know what? I think he needs his own barbershop talk show, Kevin. I mean, he's done everything else in media. Go barbershop on him, Bill.
Here's Horford. Following the basket by Draymond Green. And O'Quinn kicks to Scott to the right side. Robinson passes to O'Quinn. Horford trying to free himself up. The shot's good from O'Quinn. O'Quinn's got 4 points now in the quarter. The Warriors shooting 38% in the second quarter. Offensively, they look a little bit confused.
And that's the tough part of trying to keep him on the floor. Now he picks up that 3rd foul.
The Warriors have gone 3 for 3 at the line tonight. The first one falls.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Yeah, I like everything you said there, because when all else fails, if you can get to the stripe, that's really a good way to change the momentum in the game, because you get points and you also slow down the opponent because the game isn't going up and down as much.
Now here's Richardson. 20 points for him last game against the Lakers.
And made a big mark at the free throw line as well. He got himself to the stripe a lot and cashed in when he had his chances.
And now running it up the court. Green pushing it all the way. Good work defensively by Richardson.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. 76ers ahead, running away with it. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Andrew, they shot the lights out in the first half. What has to change?
Get back. You know, focus on getting back, guarding your man, and not taking these real.
It starts with the man-on-man challenge. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Boy, a lot of energy in this arena tonight. The hometown fans getting after it. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaquille O'Neal's here. So is Kenny the Jet Smith. Ben Simmons had it going on in the first quarter. He had 12 points, 3 rebounds, and 5 assists. And from what we saw so far from the Sixers, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
Well, we have to talk about the unbelievable job they've done rebounding the basketball. They've sent bodies flying to the boards on every possession. They've been a stronger, quicker, tougher team by a wide margin. And it's that dominance on the glass that's going to win them this game.
Shaq, what are your thoughts on Golden State?
Well, they struggle in a number of areas. Protecting the rim is really at the top of their list. They haven't made that a priority. They haven't put forth a whole lot of effort. You got to protect the rim.
And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. You look at Ben Simmons in this game, he's been everywhere.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
You know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Mark, it seems that guards are rebounding now more than ever. What do you make of that trend?
You know what, Kevin? I think it's a function of how the game is played. More and more teams play small ball, where they really don't have a big guy out there or a traditional center out there. You may have guards and wings, and oftentimes your tallest guy might be 6'8". So it makes it important for guards and everybody to rebound the ball. So I think you see more guards getting more rebounds because of teams playing small ball as a function of the three-point shots importance in the game.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up for the second half. And Golden State looking at who they've got. Green down low with Looney. Curry and Clay, the Splash Brothers, in the backcourt. And it's Wiggins in at the 3 spot. 4 on the shot clock. Harris misses. The Warriors shooting about 33%. Not happy with their play on that end. And that one's good. Wiggins has got 4 points this quarter.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
Simmons dishes to Embiid. Back to Simmons, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. They get Stephen Curry.
Got to admire the hard work of Simmons, a genius at drawing contact.
And when he gets ahead of steam, you almost feel sorry for defenders. Ben Simmons, a combination of size, speed, and ball handling that can at times be unstoppable.
He's off on the first. And with his passing and driving ability, Greg, Simmons is like combining a power running back in football with a pinpoint passing quarterback. Not much he can't do.
Kevin, a football metaphor is appropriate. Simmons grew up playing Australian rules football, and the physicality and quick thinking of that sport really reflected in his style of play.
That one is no good. Mark, you look at Ben Simmons. Is he the best Australian-born player ever?
Well, you got to remember now, Kevin, and you would know this from your research, Kyrie Irving was actually born in Australia, lived there for a couple of years, and still has dual citizenship. So I'll leave that one to the fans to debate. Irving or Simmons as the best from Australia.
Harris. Draymond Green with the rebound. Green's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Thompson for 3. Sinks the triple. Thompson's got 9 points.
Everything working for him out of the half as they've hit 4 of their first 5 shots.
Simmons against Curry. Outside, Simmons. Richardson against Thompson. Richardson, no luck.
And they start the second half with 3 straight misses.
And so Green will bring it up for Golden State. They haven't given up any points here in the second half. And it's Wiggins missing. Philadelphia leading by 18. Here's Richardson to stop the drought. And Embiid lays it in. 11 points in the game.
Boy, proving to be a handful once again, guys. Embiid, so tough to keep off the glass because of his agility and size.
Here's Looney, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Green taking his time here. Golden State needs to get off a shot. Curry can't get it to go.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Here's Harris, uses the glass to drop it in.
He's just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. To the inside. It's Curry. That time on the assist by Thompson. 12 points for Steph Curry.
And Curry certainly is clever and crafty. Trickery is part of his arsenal when he gets inside. I mean, I like seeing him do his thing close to the basket.
Now here's Richardson. 8 points for him. Thibault. Harris trying to get free. Thibault can't get it to go. The shot by Thompson, and no one's around. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim.
And all of a sudden, things finally coming together for them. The deficit's still large, but now not insurmountable.
And, Greg, that kind of deficit, I think they're going about it the right way. I mean, they've got to get aggressive on defense. They need stops. And then you got to take care of the basketball at the other end so you get a good shot every trip. Boy, defense non-existent there. But they catch a break as he whiffs it.
Green against Simmons. Here's Harris, and Looney sends it back. And here we go with Thompson running it up the court. And a wide open look here for Wiggins. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got his 6th assist on the night. Philadelphia leading by 15. Right side Simmons. Now the feed to Harris. Inside, here's Embiid. No good again that time.
He operates well in traffic, but still, that's just a tough play to finish.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
Well, you know, it's not been easy for Andrew Wiggins the last few seasons, guys. The production has just fallen short of expectations. He was the #1 pick back in his draft class and really has struggled to live up to what the fans have expected him to be.
Korkmaz, he's checked in for Ben Simmons. And he's good on the second. And with Wiggins, he's clearly a talented player, Clark, but people just want more from him.
Yeah, I agree with you, Kevin, and a lot of it is a matter of consistency. And when the expectations are high, being a former overall #1 pick, that pressure can affect you. But I think if Wiggins can just lock into being consistent, all of that will subside.
You're trying to stem the tide here.
Yeah, you know, they had to do something, anything to stop this run. You can't just let it go on any longer.
And getting very close to seeing our final list of contestants for the dunk contest. And you know everybody in the discussion right now really wants to compete.
I mean, who wouldn't? I mean, if you got the hops and the repertoire, you want to show what you can do.
You look at Simmons. Some might say he's a long shot at this point, but you never know.
Hey, stranger things have happened, and we'll just have to wait and see.
And the list of participants is going to be final soon, so we'll be sure to keep you posted. This year's dunk contest should be a very special one.
And every year it seems we see something in the dunk contest that we've never seen before, and I don't think this year will be any different.
Green finds Curry. And again, it's the Warriors missing. The 76ers leading by 14. And that's on a bounce. Philadelphia will retain possession. Let's bring up the 2K leaderboard to show you the teams leading the league in assists this season. Number 5, the Warriors.
And a team that shares the ball will create opportunities for the right player to score.
Here's Korkmaz. There's the pass to Embiid. Over Green. That one is good from Joel Embiid. Embiid's got 4 points in the quarter.
Yeah, you know, he's one of the toughest matchups in the game without question. Embiid is excellent at staying aggressive when he's hot.
Now, here's Thompson. He's got 11. Pulls it from the elbow. And too long on the shot. And so it's Harris who will bring it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. 16-point lead. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. And it's the 76ers with the ball. Pass to Korkmaz. Just 5 to shoot. For 3, Richardson drills it from outside. Richardson's got 11 points.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
Curry kicks to Thompson. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim.
And he has starting to turn it on now after that slow start.
The 76ers leading by 17. Richardson outside. Harris outside. Looking to get back on track here. Good. He hits the jump shot. 12 points for him.
You know, over time, as his game has evolved, Harris has accepted a bigger, expanded role. Knows he has the green light.
Golden State's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Smailagic guarded by Embiid, and the officials call a traveling violation. And a moment now to check out who the Warriors have coming up on their schedule. On Thursday, they'll be matching up against Gordon Hayward and the Boston Celtics. And then on Saturday, they'll be matching up with Andre Drummond and the Cleveland Cavaliers.
And guys, one thing about road trips like this one, they'll be seeing this as a chance for the team to come together. It might be a bit of a silver lining for a trip that doesn't always provide a lot of success.
Here's Wiggins, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Really good job of working the interior. You got to work it. You got to work it a bit. Wiggins attacking is able to draw the foul.
And a chance now to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the 76ers.
They really haven't backed away from running and gunning at any point, but their legs still look fresh.
They've worked hard tonight at crashing the boards as well. They've had a bunch of second chance points.
They throw good, Wiggins. And Clark, throughout your NBA career, you always wore number 33. How'd you end up picking that number?
Well, it goes back to my idolization of Lou Alcindor at the time, who is now known as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He was the first big, graceful guy I saw do a little bit of everything in his days at UCLA, and then I digested all kinds of books and stories about him and just really admired his work on and off the court. Because he wore 33, I chose 33.
Outside Robinson. Here's Horford. O'Quinn trying to free himself up. Horford, no luck.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
Here's Korkmaz. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Well, the defensive rotations, Greg, have been a step slow, and it's really helped them get that ball inside time after time.
And so it's Golden State with it, following the basket by Al Horford. And it's O'Quinn with the rebound. Philadelphia leading by 19 points. Here's Korkmaz. Pass to Robinson. From beyond the arc. Wiggins with the rebound. Wiggins has got his 5th rebound in this one. Pass to Chris. And Chris throws it down.
And how about the timing on the backboards there from Chris? Has the size and quickness to be a problem.
Here's Korkmaz. Outside, Scott. And the pass to Robinson. And here's O'Quinn. Robinson passes to O'Quinn. Count that one. O'Quinn's got 8.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
And the foul on Kyle O'Quinn. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Poole. Out to the right wing. Pass to Bowman. Shot clock at 6. Picked him clean. Here's Robinson. The Warriors pull it in. Here's Poole. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. The tray. Al Horford with the rebound. The 76ers leading by 19. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, Kevin, over the last few years, there's been a lot of talk about seeding playoff teams 1 through 16, regardless of conference. Now, taking the top 16 teams is a tough sell, especially for owners whose teams are in the relatively weaker Eastern Conference. But taking 8 teams from each conference and then cross-seeding earlier than the finals is something that does seem possible down the road. The reward for fans might be a finals matchup with the 2 best teams in the league. Kevin?
Interesting ideas. David, thank you. Bowman passes the basket.
And I love the fact that he didn't have to slow down or adjust there. The pass was just timed perfectly.
And 1:01 left here in the third quarter. Pass to Horford. Over Chris. Wiggins with the rebound. Wiggins has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Up the floor. And Chris throws it down.
Staying alert and aware. Wiggins sees his man flash to an open spot. Pass is right on the money.
Here's Korkmaz. Horford kicks to Korkmaz. Right side Robinson. 6 to shoot. Back to Horford. Pulls up on the wing. Bank shot. No good. Warriors trail by 17. Wiggins from outside. The shot comes out.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, Greg, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it. Gritty and rough. But that's how you win games.
And so it's Philadelphia controlling the game and finishing the quarter with a 20-point lead. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. We've got more in store for you right after this. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery.
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Philadelphia leading by 20. They've got Horford. Robinson is out there with Simmons. Then there's Kyle O'Quinn, and it's Scott in at the 3 slot. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. And that's on a bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession. And it's the 76ers with the ball. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Simmons dishes to O'Quinn. Lets it go from 14. The shot will not fall. And Golden State will go the other way with it. Here's Poole. A 3-pointer off the mark.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And, you know, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here.
Here's O'Quinn. They shoot again. Horford. O'Quinn trying to free himself up. Horford no luck. Warriors trail by 20. About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. Poole no good. Philadelphia's gotten fewer than half of their 3-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Horford trying to free himself up. Shots good by Simmons. Simmons got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the 76ers. Here's Curry. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. From deep, from beyond the arc, and then some.
You'd be hard-pressed to find another shooter in history with better range than Steph Curry. Those deep threes are nothing for him.
And Simmons slams it in.
I mean, he is tearing the defense apart, and let's face it, they have not brought their A game on that side of the ball.
Well, Greg, it was the exact same kind of offensive showcase for him in their last game, too. When it happens this often, that's not a pattern. That's a characteristic.
And it's Wiggins missing.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets yanked soon. I mean, that's how bad his shot selection has been.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. A lot of guys like to shoot off the dribble, but Clark, there are some that really are better at it, shooting off that catch in the NBA.
Yeah, and who do you have in mind, Kevin? I got a couple of names that I'm thinking about. What about you?
Well, I'm thinking Klay Thompson, because that backcourt is so prolific, and he's been so great at that, and that's kind of been his trademark.
Yeah, it has been. Redick would be another guy.
Yes, another good
that
one.
I think that would come to mind. And even though he's later in his career now, but Kyle Korver, one of the very best we've had in the league at shooting off the catch.
That free throw missing.
And missing opportunities here to extend that lead at the free throw line this half.
So both teams changing it up here. Good on the second free throw.
And the size of the Sixers can present matchup problems for opposing teams.
Well, you think about the two critical positions, a 6'10" point guard and a 7'2" center, and both are uber talented. That's a huge advantage, a unique advantage for Philadelphia.
And now here's Chris. Passes it to Curry. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Looney. Unable to get that one. Good work defensively by Horford. Robinson goes in, and the dunk by Robinson.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
Get on Thompson.
Now here's Thompson. Defense right on him. The pass to Poole. Looney kicks to Thompson. Chris with it, picked up by Harris. Chris pass to Curry. And he hits the jump shot.
You know what? Didn't find a very good shot on that possession, but still able to get 2 points.
Simmons, the bounce pass. Here's Harris. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. 14 points for Tobias Harris.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
You're exactly right. It's been all good at one end, and let's be diplomatic and just say not so good at the other end.
Here's Looney. Tobias Harris picking up that last basket. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Well, Clark, at the college level, a coach was recently offered a lifetime contract. Think we'll ever see that in the NBA?
Well, you can't quite say never.
Right.
I said in college basketball, I never thought in my lifetime I'd see a 16 beat a 1 seed.
Right.
So never say never, but it's not going to happen.
Well, but you've got a lifetime contract doing this, so I guess it does happen in some quadrants.
Well, you got information that I don't have.
Here's what Philadelphia's going with right now. Embiid comes in for Al Horford. And it's Richardson in for Robinson.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Here's Poole. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one. Regarding super teams, Clark, you and I have talked a lot about this. Many fans view them in a negative light, but they're actually something we've seen around in this game for a long time.
Yeah, you're right. So often we become prisoners of the present and we forget about what transpired in the past, but the Celtics in the 60s were as dominant as any team in the history of the game. The Lakers in the 80s, the Bulls in the 90s. But I guess fans have a complaint because they feel those teams came together more organically compared to what seems to be a movement by free agents that has led to dominant championship teams, although the Warriors pretty much have built their championship team through the draft.
Here's Poole. Fans are always trying to distract opposing players during free throws. Have you ever seen that work in an arena?
No, I think it's just a nice workout for the fans, Kevin, quite honestly. I mean, if a guy misses, it's not because the fans have gone crazy behind the basket. It's because he shot it left or right or short or long. It's not because of the fans being on top of him, at least in my opinion.
Right. Both teams will make substitutions. Free throw drops for Smith. And so it's Thompson with it. He'll bring it up for the Golden State Warriors. Down low. It's Curry. That time on the assist by Thompson. Thompson's got 5 assists tonight. Here's Simmons. To the inside. Now the Warriors moving it up. Here's Poole. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
And the 76ers making a change here. Richardson's checked in, and that one misses. Well, whether you love him or hate him, you can't deny that Draymond Green is one of the more unique players in the league.
There really isn't anyone else like Draymond. I mean, who does everything for a team but score. I mean, not only can he play all positions on both ends of the floor, but also to be the emotional leader. Truly a special player.
Curry gets the bucket.
Yeah, you know, we've seen a much different version of him in this half, guys. He's been sharper, more focused, and more assertive.
Now here's Simmons. Richardson outside. Out to the right wing. Embiid dishes to Harris. Yep, that one goes in there.
Boy, that's an outstanding job by Tobias Harris there, keeping his composure and concentration, then converting while under pressure. Well done.
Well, we knew that Tobias Harris would be one of the big names during free agency this past summer.
Wasn't a lot of speculation for him when free agency hit. Ends up staying with the Sixers, and I think it makes sense for both sides, and he fits nicely next to Embiid.
And the Warriors making a change here. Wiggins is checked in. That's good from Harris.
Well, you look at the career of Tobias Harris, and boy, he's bounced around a bit. Has never slowed his development or production, though. You put him anywhere, and he'll find a way to help his team.
To the middle. And he uses the glass on the layup. Harris has got 11 in the second half.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. And with Harris, he's been moved so many times. You know what, Greg? You forget he's still quite young.
Yeah, I mean, he really is just starting to enter what should be the prime of his career. Has improved every offseason and is a great rebounder and scorer.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Ben Simmons.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight seems almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
This was a big game for him. There's no denying that. Coming off a bunch of losses in a row, they turned to him to break the streak, and he delivered in a big way. And Philadelphia has possession. After the missed three from Stephen Curry, Korkmaz passes to Embiid. Back to Korkmaz. From downtown, the Warriors pull it in.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
For Philadelphia, they've got a pretty good rhythm going offensively, shooting 8 of 15 for the quarter. Curry passes to Pascal. Misses from close range.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
Embiid, no good. And there's the call on Joel Embiid. That's his first foul. The Warriors making a switch here. Lee's checked in. Golden State's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Mark, do you think the NBA should consider expanding the use of replay? I know you personally hate to slow the game down, but you also want the calls to be correct.
Well, it depends on the circumstances, Kevin. I like the fact that replay is available and it helps enhance the ability of the officials to get calls correct. Expanding the use of replay, though, has to be done very judiciously. There are a couple of areas, goaltending would be one, where you take a look to see if that's the case. But I think flow of game takes priority over trying to get every single call right just because you think technology gives you a chance to do that.
Now here's Simmons. Here's Korkmaz. Harris outside. The three nailed from three-point land. Harris has got 10 points in the quarter.
Boy, what a quarter for him. I mean, he's found his rhythm and he's really riding that wave right now.
Now here's Bender. It's Thompson off the drive. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Korkmaz has got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Harris. Good D by Lee. Warriors shooting has been dreadful lately, around 28% here in the fourth. Here's Bowman. Makes it off the glass.
How about that move? Is this guy special or what? Just love watching him operate inside.
Philadelphia has gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight, nailed 5 of them. Richardson outside. Simmons on the wing. From 8. Yep, that one goes. Simmons got 20.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
The Warriors shooting 34% from the field. That's not going to get it done. Now here's Bender, guarded by Harris, and that one drops for him.
And, you know, we know Bender is not an easy guy to slow down, especially when he's taking it to the rim. The defense can only do so much.
Now here's Simmons. Richardson finds Embiid. Lets it go from 11, and the 76ers tack on 2 more.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
So it's the Warriors now, after the made shot from Joel Embiid. Pass to Bowman. Now Bender, guarded by Simmons. Golden State moving it around. Clock at 6. Bowman passes to Pascal. From deep three-point range. He's off on that one, so Philadelphia will take it the other way. To the paint. Here's Harris. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to go on Dragan Bender.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, Tobias Harris is a great scorer, and he's had multiple NBA stops, and I think you just have to simply say this guy has always been wanted.
First free throw is good. Clark, it feels like we're seeing more and more of this, but bench celebrations and reactions at both college and pro levels.
Yeah, you know what, Kevin? I think it's a outgrowth of the social media platform.
You're right. I agree.
I think there's no question because anything that can be done that's creative and fun is going to find a life on social media and maybe go viral. And guys know that. They're aware. I mean, this generation has grown up with social media, so they understand that they could be seen beyond just the arena if they do something pretty clever.
And you and I are sitting over here watching. We're laughing as much as anybody else, aren't we?
Oh, I'm not denying that it's fun. I love seeing it, actually, but on occasion it does get a little carried away.
Embiid right on the bucket. Embiid's got 4 this quarter.
Boy, a large frame and nimble feet and great strength allow Embiid to be bully balling guys down low.
Pass to Lee. Here's Pascal, guarded by Harris. Pascal, the pass to Bowman. Cans it from downtown.
Defensively, there was a lack of aggressiveness, and it really made it easy for him to knock that shot down.
1:33 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Neto. Up again, and Embiid is right there. Embiid's got 19 points.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Philadelphia.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And so checking out the record for these guys tonight will mark win number 37 for them on the year.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
Yeah, and Greg, when it is just a 2-game season series, the team winning game 1 has that slight mental edge going into the second meeting, knowing they've already solved their opponent one time and only have to do it one more time.
And as usual, some excellent work tonight in what was a quality big impact game for Ben Simmons.
You have to focus on the steals he came up with. They were huge factors in the end result.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good. Bender.
And Bender is a big guy just oozing with potential. I mean, a big man who runs the floor well and uses his size effectively close to the rim.
Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Philadelphia. He's perfect from the line this time. And so it's Neto with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. There's 42 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And O'Quinn kicks to Neto. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there. Go get it.
Now here's Curry. There's 21 seconds left in the fourth. Passes it to Bender. 4 on the clock. And the Warriors miss again. Here's Neto. So it's Philadelphia winning this one easily. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, Al. You guys do it as a 5-man unit on the floor. How did you come together for this win?
Just taking good shots on offense, trying to, getting stops on defense. We challenged every shot. We just played hard tonight.
Great effort and a big win, Al. Congrats. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.